We all agreed no gifts this year. My mom said as my brother's kids tore into brand new iPhones, a $3,000 gaming PC, and VIP concert tickets. You're overreacting, Dad said with a smirk. I just nodded, grabbed my kids' coats, and that night I canceled every shared subscription, card, and payment under my name. By morning, I had 63 missed calls and 2 cops standing at my door. I'm Noah Hart, 35, oldest son, husband to Telina, father to 2 kids who love cardboard boxes more than any toy you could buy them. I'm the one who fixes the Wi-Fi, remembers birthdays, keeps the group chat alive, and foots bills that no one talks about. Christmas Eve. My parents' living room smelled like cinnamon spray and the dry heat of the space heater. Jake, my brother, walked in 20 minutes late, sunglasses perched on his head like he'd just stepped off a tour bus. His wife, Erin, posed for selfies near the tree, while their 2 kids ran around, already buzzing with energy. Mom stepped in front of me as I hung up my coat. She patted my chest like she owned the space. We all agreed not to do gifts this year, she said, voice low but firm. It's been a tough season for everyone. Don't make a scene. I blinked. I hadn't brought anything. Good, Dad added from his recliner, eyes still on the TV. No pressure. We're focusing on spending time together. Lena squeezed my hand. Our kids carried a tin of cookies they'd decorated themselves. Blobs of icing and far too many red sprinkles. I felt a flicker of relief. No gifts meant no scoreboard. Then Erin clapped. Presents, she sang like a game show host. Jake winked at the kids. Special exception, he said. From Santa. Mom didn't protest. She just shifted a throw pillow. Like that mattered. Their son tore into a small box. iPhone. Brand new. He screamed like he'd seen God. Their daughter ripped paper off a stack of VIP tickets. 3 nights. Front row. A pop star with glitter tattoos. My daughter hugged her cookie tin. Her lip trembled in that stubborn way she hates anyone seeing. The big box came last. A gaming PC, lights flashing like a nightclub. A card taped on top. For school, too. The room exploded. Dad actually got up for that one, hands behind his back, nodding like he was at a car dealership. Mom pressed a hand to her chest. Oh, Jake. But we said, she said, smiling anyway. Jake shrugged. It's Christmas, he said, looking at me like it was a joke. My son looked at his sister, then at the iPhone box, as if it were a strange new planet. Too bright, he said. We can play with the box after, right? I tried to keep my voice calm. Mom tilted her head. No one said you couldn't bring something small. Jacob pays for so much during the year. Let him have his moment. Erin laughed. Don't be dramatic, Noah. You get so sensitive. Dad smirked without meeting my eyes. You're overreacting. I looked at my kids. Lena gave me a brief, silent look. The room was filled with the hum of holiday noise. I wasn't about to cry in front of them. I wasn't about to argue over wrapping paper and rules that only mattered to me. Coats, I said quietly. My face neutral, like this was just another evening. I helped my daughter into her sleeve. My son carefully put the cookies back into the tin, as if they were made of glass. Mom stepped forward. You're not leaving. Don't be silly. Jake grinned. Man, come on. Stay. It's not that deep. I opened the front door. Cold air cut through the fake cinnamon. Merry Christmas, I said. I didn't slam the door, didn't give a speech. I just walked my family down the steps into the frost that felt like truth. You don't start a night like that from zero. You build toward it, piece by piece, 1,000 tiny things. I grew up in a house where money was a mood. When Dad was happy, bills were invisible. When he wasn't, leaving a light on was a personal attack. Mom's love came with math. We did so much for you, she'd say, handing me an invoice disguised as a memory. Jake was the golden child. Loud, charming, lucky. Teachers called home about his energy, and Mom called him gifted. I brought home honor roll and got a quiet, of course, and a warning to keep it down so Jake could shine. At 17, I washed dishes at a diner. Jake borrowed the car I'd saved for, his gas situation complicated. At 19, I co-signed a student card for him to build credit. He turned it into a bonfire. Late fees, cash advances, and tears when Mom saw the statement. You two figure it out, she said. I did. Always did. Fast forward. I married Lena. We rented a tiny two-bedroom with squeaky windows. Our kids shared a room, thought it was camping. I worked at a medical group. Lena taught kindergarten, came home with glitter stuck to her neck like metal. We lived within our means. I tracked subscriptions, juggled bills, packed lunches, made lists. My paycheck wasn't glamorous, but it was clean. Every dollar had a job. The family group chat had other plans. Mom, Netflix acting weird. Noah, can you check? Dad, ESPN plus login again. Jake, bro, can you add me to your Amazon? Aaron's card is being weird. Being weird meant maxed out. I added them, 30 here, 12 there, 90 once a year. A steady drip until the bucket filled. Jake's job shifted with the seasons, sales, startups, YouTube projects. He once wrote a blog about grind culture from a couch I paid internet for. Invest in me, he said. I didn't. But I bought his kids' school shoes at 11 p.m. when Aaron sent an emergency text. The next morning, Mom posted a Facebook memory about how proud she was. Likes went to Jake. When we bought a used minivan, Dad said, fancy. When Jake leased a truck bigger than our kitchen, Dad said, you only live once. When we skipped a beach trip to fix a leak, Mom said we were negative. 2 summers ago, Dad forgot property taxes. He called like a telemarketer. I arranged a payment plan, sat with him at the kitchen table to set up auto draft. He nodded like a tourist. Mom made lemonade, told me I was a good son. A month later, she told the neighbor she handled it herself. When their internet went out, my phone blew up like a fire alarm. TV says something about DHCP. I drove over. Lena stayed with the kids. I crawled behind the entertainment center, dust in my mouth, checking cables. Jake showed up mid-crisis with a 6-pack. What's up, nerds? He said, opening one. Dad laughed. I fixed it. No thanks. Mom asked if I could stay to help Aaron pick rug colors. Every December, a new gift rule. No gifts after Jake's 3rd job change. Homemade only after Aaron's boutique closed. Secret Santa $20 limit after Dad's colonoscopy bills. And every year, someone broke it. It wasn't me. Aaron brought designer scarves on sale. Dad unveiled a grill needing its own extension cord. Mom gave Jake a little something that looked like a watch ad. When I brought cookies and a framed photo of the grandkids, Mom called it thoughtful and then said, it's not about money. It always was. The small asks grew teeth. Jake sent a Zelle request labeled Little League. Aaron texted, hey, can you cover the field trip? They won't let me sign up without a card. Mine's acting weird. My daughter missed a book fair because the envelope got lost. I hugged her, promised a library trip. That night, I approved a $240 request labeled uniforms. Mentioned budgeting and Mom sighed. It was Christmas. Counting. Don't be petty. Petty became the word every time I tried to set a boundary. When I said, let's remove everyone from my Amazon account. It's not safe, Mom replied, family sharing. When I asked, please don't give out my login, Dad shrugged, it's not nuclear codes. I changed the passwords, then changed them back after their calls. The easiest path became a trench I kept digging. 2 weeks before Christmas, Jake posted a photo of his kids at a gaming store. Big surprise coming, he wrote. Aaron replied with a string of gift emojis. Mom heart reacted as if she were on payroll. In the group chat, Mom typed, no gifts this year, everyone. Times are tough. I responded, got it. Dad gave a thumbs up. Aaron matched it with a snowflake. Jake said nothing. Lena asked if I was okay with it. I said I was. I was exhausted. I wanted quiet evenings with hot cocoa and board games missing pieces. We baked cookies with the kids and packed them into a tin. They looked awful. They tasted perfect. I slept well, and then we stepped into my parents' living room. My son saw what an iPhone looked like when no gifts meant exactly that. He watched his cousin's hand clutch a future he had been told wasn't happening. My daughter hugged the cookie tin, trying not to cry, because crying made Grandma dramatic. People think the worst part is being there. It's not. It's the story built around it. The way my family bends any rule into a circle that fits perfectly around Jake. like a halo. The way they look at me like I'm keeping score while they're holding love. Back in the car, the kids were silent. Lena turned on the seat heaters. Slow warmth in the cold. Nobody blamed me. Nobody said anything. That quiet, polite, careful was the loudest sound I'd ever heard. At home, I set the cookie tin on the counter. Sprinkles scattered like someone had bled glitter. My phone buzzed. Text from Mom, you were rude. Then another, we were embarrassed. Then Dad, grow up. Lena leaned against the counter, hip touching mine. Say it, she said. I'm done. I didn't raise my voice. It felt like placing a book back on a shelf. Soft, final. She nodded. Then do it. In my world, you don't flip a table. You pull a thread and watch the tablecloth slide away clean. I opened the family group chat. My thumb hovered over Jake's latest post. A photo of his son holding an iPhone, 2 fingers raised like a trophy. Caption, Christmas miracle. Aaron added, he deserves the best. I typed, starting tonight, I am ending every subscription, card, and payment in my name. Please update your own. You have 24 hours to download anything important. After this, my accounts were mine. I didn't press send. Not yet. Old habit, show Mom first, ask permission without admitting it. Lena washed my hands. You don't need to explain, she said. You've explained for 10 years. I hit send. Small whoosh. Then open the bank app. Hand steady. Scrolled through autopays, Netflix family, HBO Max family, ESPN Plus Dad, Amazon Prime, cloud storage linked to Jake. A phone line I added 3 years ago for Aaron's contractor discount. My stomach tightened. Lena placed a notebook and pen next to me. You already know the list, she said. I did. Canceled the extra phone line first. The carrier app asked, are you sure? Like really? Yes, I confirmed. Removed secondary users. Changed the Prime password. Turned off household sharing. Deleted saved cards on Jake's account. Ended ESPN Plus. Updated streaming profiles to reflect only us. Canceled cloud storage tied to devices I didn't own. Notifications stacked. Changes made to your plan. Payment method removed. Your account will expire. The family chat lit up like a pinball machine. Jake, what are you doing? Mom. Noah. No. Dad, put it back. Aaron, are you serious? It's Christmas. Me. Yes. Sharing accounts and cards is unsafe. Handle your own. Jake, wow. Power trip. Mom, we'll talk tomorrow. I muted the chat alerts. Not the group, just the noise. Lena handed me hot tea, smelling like mint and a fresh start. At midnight, I logged into our joint card. Removed Jake as an authorized user. Disabled one-touch Amazon ordering. Canceled 3 subscriptions I'd forgotten I paid for until the app flashed red. At 12:40 a.m., I noticed an old gym membership Dad had added after losing his wallet. He never used it. I canceled it. App asked for a reason. Typed, no longer useful. I wasn't angry. Anger had been spent earlier in the space between iPhone and don't be dramatic. This felt different, like fastening seat belts. At 1:12 a.m., Lena went to bed. Paused in the doorway. I'm proud of you. Chest tight in a good way, like a hug from the inside. 1:30 a.m. Added fraud alerts to our cards. Set travel notifications for spring break. Enabled 2-factor authentication where it had once been a prayer. 2:04 a.m. Opened a new family group. Just me, Lena, our kids as placeholders for the future. Named it Here Tome. Sent one message. Movie night tomorrow. Popcorn, your pick. My son's tablet dinged from the other room. Morning would bring a smile. By 2:30 a.m., I was done. Not perfect. Done. Slept. 6:10 a.m., doorbell rang. Peepholes showed 2 uniforms, my parents on the porch like a sitcom crossover. Dad had the I'm reasonable face. Mom clutched her robe like injustice had dragged her from bed. I opened the door. Morning. One officer spoke, calm. We got a call about a family dispute. Everything okay here? Mom jumped in. He stole our services. Finger stabbing at me. He locked us out of accounts. Our grandkids can't watch their shows. Dad said. He threatened us with money. I looked at the officer. I had sent a message last night saying I would stop paying for accounts in my name. All logins and cards were under me. There were no threats, just boundaries. The second officer glanced at Mom. Ma'am, this seems like a civil matter. Mom's expression shifted. He's unstable, she said. We're worried about the kids. She tried to peer past me, like my living room had turned into a crime scene. Behind me, Lena appeared. Ponytail sweatshirt, calm. The kids are eating snowman-shaped pancakes, she said. Want one? The first officer forced a small smile, like he wasn't supposed to. We don't need pancakes, Dad tried a new approach. Son, just turn it back on until after the holidays. No, I said. Jake's text popped up on my lock screen, like a comic speech bubble. Put ESPN back, or I swear. I flipped my phone over. Mom stared at me like I was a door she should hold open. Family doesn't do this, she said. Family doesn't make one person pay for everything and call it love, I shot back. The officer cleared his throat. If there's no threat and everyone is safe, we'll leave. Mom's eyes filled in a way I'd seen 1,000 times. Always that tilt to a room. Noah, don't do this, she whispered. It's Christmas. It is, I said. Go home. They left, sending a final glare that said this wasn't over. The officers nodded politely. The door closed. The house exhaled. My phone went wild. 63 missed calls. Then 70. A vortex of calls from Mom, Dad, Jake, unknown numbers. Aaron went full caps in the group chat. My kids can't watch anything. Jake sent a voice note. I didn't listen. Dad texted. We raised you like it was a bill. I made coffee. Lena flipped the snowman pancakes, eyes slightly crooked. Our son asked what VIP meant. It means someone decided you're important, I told him. He nodded like it made sense. At 9 o'clock, Mom called from a different number. I answered. It was a clean break, a way to choose my own moments. You're humiliating us, she said. I'm not posting anything. I canceled my payments. You're punishing your brother's kids. I'm feeding my own. Silence. Then, we did so much for you. You did some things. I did a lot for you, I said. That ledger works both ways. She inhaled sharply. Money isn't everything. It was last night. Click. At 10 o'clock, Jake called, immediately aggressive. You petty little, I said. I wasn't loud. Here's the truth. You used my cards, my logins, without asking. You assumed my wallet was a family resource. It's not. Get your own accounts. Need help setting them up? I'll send a list. You think you're better than us, he said. I think I'm done being your bank, I replied. He laughed like it was a cough. You want us to fail? I want to stop failing my own family. He tried the oldest trick. Mom said you were always jealous. I was done. We're not doing this. I hung up. I didn't block anyone. I wasn't running. I just wasn't available. By noon, Mom sent a long group chat message, a full performance I could lip sync to. We love you, but this isn't how family acts. Your father and I are disappointed. Jacob is devastated. The children are confused. Remember all the times we supported you. She included a photo of last night's gift pile, all smiles. I replied once. I will no longer share accounts, cards, or bills. Going forward, any help will be discussed and documented. No surprises, no guilt. Dad texted privately. You're making your mother sick. Put it back. Me. No. Aaron guessed. We know who you really are. Me. Yes. Then something unexpected. My aunt, always quiet, wrote, Good for you, Noah. Cousin Ben added a thumbs up. My late uncle's wife wrote, We did this last year. Best decision we made. The thread hiccuped. Mom left the chat. Dramatic exit. Aaron followed. Jake renamed the chat family without traitors and left too. Peace. The kids built a pillow fort. Lena crawled in with them, sending me a photo. 3 heads in a row, all hair and soft cheeks. I saved it. In the afternoon, I opened a spreadsheet, old habit, but this time it wasn't for plugging leaks. It was a list of things we could add back now that the drip had stopped. Swimming lessons, new boots for Lena, the library fundraiser our daughter wanted to support, a weekend at the cheap cabin by the lake in spring. I named the file Yes. At 3 o'clock, Dad left a voicemail. Your mother is crying. Be a man. I deleted it. At 4 o'clock, My half-sister texted for the first time in months. I'm proud of you. I canceled my Amazon family last year. They still bring it up at Thanksgiving. I bring pie and ignore them. Thanks, I wrote back. She sent a pie emoji and a tiny knife. We laughed even in text. By evening, the storm moved from outrage to quiet. They were setting up new accounts, figuring out free trials and calendar reminders. Mom posted a photo of a half-finished jigsaw puzzle, making our own fun. A dig, I didn't take it. We did movie night. Our son picked an old animated film. Our daughter chose the couch corner that swallows you. I made popcorn in a pot. Microwave makes Lena's head hurt. Mid-movie, a new number buzzed. We noticed you canceled. I laughed. The kids shushed me dramatically. After bedtime, Lena and I sat at the table, elbows touching. I thought your dad would push harder. He will, she said. What happens now? We keep our money. If they want something, they can ask. If we say yes, it's with boundaries. Christmas next year, we'll be out of town. The idea landed clean, like real cinnamon. We cleaned the kitchen. It felt like wiping a whiteboard after years of scribbles. A few days later, Mom texted one line. Are we still invited to the kids' recital? I stared. Read it 3 times. Trap? Only once. Yes, I wrote. Please don't bring gifts. Just come on time. She replied with a period. Not yes. Not no. A period. Fine. Jake hasn't called since. He made a story about fake family and haters. Aaron liked it with 3 fire emojis. Their kids called ours to ask if they could still come over to build forts. Yes, we said. Our door is not a bank. It's still a door. Dad left one last be a man voicemail. I didn't call back. I don't need to defend a boundary that keeps my house standing. I keep thinking about my son at the tree. Pretending the box was the fun part. I keep thinking about my daughter's grip on a tin of ugly cookies. I grew up believing love meant proving worth through small payments. I'm done paying for permission to be respected. Now the house is quieter. The budget is honest. Our kids ask, can we get hot chocolate with mini marshmallows? And I say yes, without checking if Jake needs gas money first. Lena stopped carrying receipts, just in case. I unsubscribed from a dozen family emails that weren't mine. Last night, my aunt sent a screenshot. Mom had started her own streaming account. Generic profile icons, no cute names, just user one. It made me laugh. They'll survive. They always do when they have to. Here's what I understand. I can't make my parents fair. I can make my home safe. I can't stop Jake from chasing spotlights over grocery lists. But I can choose not to light the stage for him. If my kids learn anything, it's that love isn't a tab you leave open out of guilt. It's a table you sit at because everyone brings something, even if it's just salt and a good joke. I didn't end Christmas. I ended the story where I'm the extra wallet with a smile. I'm still the one who fixes Wi-Fi, remembers birthdays, keeps chats alive. I'm still me. I'm just not their bank. No more share cards. No more secret add-ons. No more pretending when a card declines that isn't mine. If I help, it's clear, planned, mine to give. I'm not overreacting. I'm done being used. And that's the moral. Simple as a snowman pancake, I will not be punished for boundaries. I will not confuse access with love. I will not teach my kids that generosity means tolerating unfairness. They can keep their VIP tickets. I'll keep my family. This time, I decide who gets a seat at the table.